Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the topic risk management, or we can say that individual risk management. What is actually individual risk management? As people begin to age, they usually encounter more health risk. So they are encountered with the more health risk, or there are chances of more health risk. So managing pure risk, entails the process of identifying, evaluating, and subjugating these risks. So, a defensive strategy has to be prepared for the unexpected problems. So, the basic methods for risk management that we have done in my earlier lecture also, it could be avoidance, retention, sharing, transferring, and loss prevention and loss reduction. So, they can be applied to all the facets of an individual life, and they can pay off in the long run. So here is we have to look about the I have written here. There are five basic methods of individual risk management that I have shown here, that there are five basic methods of individual risk management that we will discuss one by one. So in my first slide I have shown that the first strategy, or the first risk management method, is number one. I can say number one, the avoidance strategy. Avoidance. So, what is avoidance? Avoidance means we can mitigate the risk by not participating in the activities that may incur injury, sickness, or death. Smoking cigarettes, everyone knows that it's an example of such activity, because avoiding it may lessen both health and financial risk. So smoking cigarette, it's such an example that we can avoid that. So I quote you an example. For example, according to the American Lung Association, smoking is the leading cause of the preventable death in the US, and it claims more than 4,38,000 lives per year. So, additionally, the US Center for Disease Control and Prevention notes that smoking is the number one risk factor for getting lung cancer, and the risk only increases the longer that people smoke. So, what happens, or what the American Lung Association does? So, the life insurance companies mitigate this risk on their end by raising premiums for smokers than non smokers. So, under the Affordable Health Care Act, also known as what they do, the health insurers are able to increase premiums based on the age, geography, family size, and the smoking status. So their law allow for up to 50% surcharge on the premium for smokers. So the best is the to apply the avoidance strategy. Second one here is the retention. So retention is the acknowledgement and acceptance of a risk as a given. Means usually this accepted risk is a cost to help to offset larger risk down the road, such as opting to select a lower premium health insurance plan that may carry a higher deductible rate. Means the initial risk is the cost of having to pay more out of pocket, uh, and medical expenses if health issues arises. So if the issue becomes more serious or life threatening, then the life insurance benefits are available to cover most of the costs beyond the deductible. So if the individual has no serious health issues and warranting any additional medical expenses for the year, then they avoid the out of pocket payments, and they can mitigate the larger risk altogether, right? And the next one is sharing. So sharing the risk is often implemented through employer based benefits that allow the company to pay a portion of insurance premiums with the employee, right? So in essence, we can say that this shares the risk with the company and all the employees participating in insurance benefits. So we can say that more participants sharing the risk, the cost of premium should shrink, proportionately. So individuals may find it in their best interest to participate in sharing the risk by choosing appropriate employer health care and life insurance plans whenever possible. And the next one is the fourth. Here you can see the transferring of the risk. So the use of health insurance is an example of transferring risk, right? Because the financial risk associated with the health care are basically transferred from the individual to the insurer. When you get a plan, your risk get transferred from the individual to the insurer. So the insurance companies assume the financial risk in exchange for a fee, no doubt as a premium you can say. So and documented contract arises between the insurer and the individual. So by accepting all the terms and conditions and paying the premiums, an individual has managed to transfer the risk at the most. So if not at all, the risk to the insurer becomes there. So the insurer carefully applies many statistics and algorithms, to accurately determine the proper premium payments so that commensurate to the requested coverage when claims are being made. So the insurer confirms whether the conditions are met to provide the contractual payout for the risk outcome or not. So the last one is the loss prevention and loss reduction. So this method of risk management attempts to minimize the loss rather than you can say completely eliminate it. So while accepting the risk, it stays focused on keeping the loss contained and preventing it from spreading. Right? An example, we can say that an example of this in health insurance is preventive care. Health insurers encourage the preventive care visits, often free of copays, where members can receive annual checkups and physical examinations. So, insurers basically understand that spotting potential health issues early on and administering preventive care and can help to minimize their medical cost in the long run. So, many health plans also provide discounts to the gyms and health clubs also as another means of prevention and reduction in order to keep the members active and healthy. So we have done with these five methods of individual risk management, right? So that's all for the today's lecture. Thank you so much.